All right, going back in. Sorry I recruited you to help set the trunk. Now a level. Let's try that again. I tried to do it light in case we had to take it off. A little too light. The oh no made it so much better.
So what are you doing now?
I'm gonna start mocking up the panels, basically to build the trunk floor. Just need to get a bunch of dimensions and then I'll cut it out of cardboard and then basically do a little cardboard house in here and then go from there. Make it out of sheet metal. So the goal with this trunk is to end up with still some storage space, even though we're stuffing 7 batteries in there. I think we'll be able to do it if the compartment's built right. Yeah.
Your face is like, what?
Yeah. And this is a fairly small car. I mean, compared to nowadays, cars in the 30s weren't nearly as large as once you got to the 50s, 60s, 70s, they were a lot bigger. Sorry. Ruben sneezed right in your ear? Oh, man. I didn't know how to warn you on that one. Incoming sneeze.
So that's just going to be a false wall, right?
Yeah, and this will all actually get welded together in the end, but trying to measure in 3 dimensions without laser scanning the whole trunk, which for a one-off project, it's not a reasonable thing to do. It doesn't really make sense. So the easiest way to do it is just make mock-up cardboard and then I'll go draw it on the computer and plasma cut it. That way I can transfer directly from the computer to sheet metal. I mean, you can hand cut all the shapes too, but for how fast I can draw in 2D, it doesn't really make sense to hand cut a lot of this stuff. Oh, this thing's gonna be weird to measure. A lot of times making these in separate pieces and taping them all together is easier than trying to cut out one big piece all in the right shape the first time.
Do you have to be good at geometry or anything to do this program?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much all geometry. But you can get by with the basics with not knowing a lot. You could teach someone, a kid probably, to use this, and they could get by, but it's when you get into the more complex parts that are multiple parts coming together and assemblies that, yeah, geometry would be. I think is the only math that I liked.
School.
In school, yeah, it's more of a practical thing where I was like, I don't ever see myself, using some calculation, but there's certain things with building cars where you would use a formula to, do a ratio for a brake pedal or something, but other than that, you don't use a lot of formulas, but geometry is everything.